Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk about a theory I have for the Haunted Mansion being in Kingdom Hearts 4, or that's what I'm going to call it for now, the next theoretical mainstream PS4 game that takes place. In my mind, this is where I'm having it before Sora arrives in an alternate Shibuya. Has Sora abusing the power of waking to save Kairi after he has traveled to every world possible, the consequences take him to a realm much darker than a realm of darkness. This realm is called Disneyland. The Haunted Mansion world for the game takes place near to the end of the game, or at least, in my chronological head order, it would be the last Disney world before you get to Shibuya. By this point in the main plot, Sora has full realization of the power of waking and his abuse of the power, but is so close to saving Kairi, he simply doesn't care. Sora has to dive further down in the realm in order to save her. Sora arrives at the mansion from the hub world, which is much like Disneyland, has many themes, but the theme of the previous world, maybe pirates. I haven't really thought it all the way through yet. This is the first video in a series. And it wears off and becomes a dark, cloudy, grassy, wide open section with a road leading up to the manor. The Master of Masters, which is revealed to be in the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, taunts Sora in this area, already knowing what Sora intends to save Kairi by informing Sora of the most intimidating part of the realm yet. The Master tells Sora only 999 others have abused the power of waking and have all perished, but there is room for 1,000. Then the Master disappears. Sora crosses the grassy hill and finds the mansion with many graves in the front and hundreds in the back as well, as a hearse with a ghost horse with red eyes is eating greenery in the front. Sora knows this will be challenging for him and reflects on his bond with Kairi and continues on. Sora enters in and sees a crow crowing, and then he flies away. A master staircase in front of him and other doors. Sora hears organ music playing and decides to move through the mansion. He follows crows that he finds in the home until he finds this room at the end of the corner. This room fills up with dozens of crows, and suddenly a ghost forms in front of him, and this ghost is called Captain Gore. Those who know the mansion knows what comes next. The room starts to stretch, and Sora sees the demise of many people who have abused the power of waking before him. And then, as a taunt, he sees Kairi, and anyone who knows the mansion knows that it always starts out looking good, and then as the portraits move, the pictures don't look so good. The ghost Captain Gore warns Sora of coming in and being too late for him to turn back. There is no chance of Sora making it through to the next world. The lights then turn off, a corpse hangs from the rafters, then the room falls even further and Sora falls into the room, and then through the house. The ghost host explains that the previous 999 didn't make it through due to their stubbornness to let go of those they cared for. Sora lands on a set of stairs that defy physics and is challenged to make his way through the maze. It would look like the 0.2 section mirror, remember when Ak was doing that whole upside down mirror quest thing, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Sora will go through many doors till he is in this hallway, because at the end of each set of stairs is a door. Sora will go through each one of those doors, and eventually he will come out into a main hallway with many doors, and screaming and banging of doors can be heard. One of the voices behind one of these doors is Kairi, urging Sora to continue on. Sora is more freaked out than we've ever seen him before, but is more determined than ever. Sora then meets a ghost called the Hatbox Ghost, who isn't a fan of Captain Gore, and teams up with Sora to go after him. They press on through the hall and meet a witch in a floating ball, and she challenges the two to accept death. Then the 1,000 souls can be gathered to move on to the realm of peace. At least this is what they think. That isn't Sora's objective, and the Hatbox Ghost knows this is a lie. He advises Sora to fight with magic to defeat a spirit. Ghosts, which are the main enemy type, are invulnerable to magic. Sora, when at the beginning of the game, gives up power to chase Kairi, so this means no Keyblade transformations, but magic Keyblades still have those base magic attacks that we kinda see, so it's basically a very toned down version of Keyblade transformation with basic combos, and with combo modifiers. Once defeated, you gain a magic spell, Light, which is an offensive magic that fires a beam of light in a straight path. The longer you hold it, the more magic you use, powerful enough to stun enemies. If held on them long enough, multiple can be stunned at once. The Hatbox Ghost suggests Sora sneaking through the mansion to get Sora through the fastest way through that it's possible, which is a walkway above the dining room. The Master of Masters talks to the crow, then swarmed by others turns into Captain Gore. The Master tells him Sora is in the mansion, so be sure to stop him. The kid has a strong heart and a strong will to protect the ones he cares about. The Master implies Sora has a strong connection to the one he is after. The Master warns him about letting the 1000th soul get away from him. Sora and the Hatbox Ghost make their way through a hallway with portraits on the wall with a lightning storm outside. When lightning flashes, we see the truth behind the art, and a mini-game of sorts with the portraits occurs. Sora using light magic on the portraits to receive prizes. Sometimes an enemy comes out, but sometimes a gift of an item is given. When completed, out of the last portrait comes a crow that spots you and screeches. Hatbox and Sora run into a library maze with crows watching around, as well as these busts. These, I don't know, they're busts. They're on the ride, they're cool. If the bus saw you, they would let the crow know where you are. The bus heads move when you move, so navigation is very tricky. Once you are getting out of there, the walls have this very dark purple wallpaper with eyes that watch you. The crow finds you and you have to run away from it, and you end up in the wrong part of the dining room. Instead of sneaking above it, you are on the ground floor level, with all the ghosts as they appear in the ride, stopping what they are doing to fight you. A fight commences, and defeating many ghosts with light magic and keyblade and magic keyblades. Captain Gore returns and kidnaps Hatbox Ghost, and Sora continues alone. Sora makes his way into an attic and encounters a creepy piano playing and pictures of decapitated grooms. Sora gets to the end and meets this bride, who wants so eagerly to marry Sora. Sora, uncomfortable, refuses, and she attempts to fight Sora. The bride's main weapon is a secret axe. She has hidden and uses it to slash at Sora. If she grabs Sora and attempts to be redemptive, she actually is trying to decapitate Sora. A triangle command appears and Sora must hit the button, or he goes to critical health. A short mini-boss later, and Sora goes outside the mansion, where a new area is, and ghosts appear to be everywhere out here. Captain Gore, out in the graveyard with Hatbox, which is the area that Sora's going into now, attempts to sway him to help them live by collecting the 1000 souls. Hatbox throws logic back, saying they may only live if the boy makes it to his destination. Sora then makes it to the graveyard, navigates through it, fending off ghosts, finally reaches Hatbox and Captain Gore. Sora and the Hatbox Ghost come together to fight all 998 ghosts. Captain Gore says, we may be down one, but we still have the numbers. Sora and the Hatbox have to face every single ghost in the mansion. They face a wave of enemies, then Madame Leota. After defeating her, they fight another wave of enemies, then they face the bride a second time. A final wave, then they face Captain Gore. The fight, Captain Gore is he's a pirate ghost, basically, to just sum it up for you. So just imagine a pirate ghost and Sora has to fight that. By the end, the fight ends with a reaction command to have Sora summon a log with Briar Rabbit. Yes, Splash Mountain will be a world in my imaginary game at some point. During this time, the log flies around the graveyard and Sora shoots light magic that hits ghosts and breaks graves. Sora slashes at enemies that come by as well, and it all ends with Briar Rabbit taking out a Polaroid camera and snapping a picture of him and Sora on the ride. This acts as the combo finisher of the summon. The ghosts all flee due to the light exposure from the flash. Captain Gore, now defeated, doesn't want Sora to go, but Hatbox has Sora leave anyway. Sora, not sure which one of the two is right, enters a crypt and decides to leave the world behind. Captain Gore has 3 hitchhiking ghosts follow Sora, and they will become a summon that is available in Shibuya at some point. The Master of Masters appears and questions Sora's intentions of leaving the two behind, and Sora decided to move on because it was a sacrifice he decided he had to make. The Master asks Sora if he believed the sacrifice is necessary for him to find her and continue his quest. Sora answers, "Yes, of course, I'd sacrifice myself for her." The Master replies, "Interesting," and the world is officially over. Thank you everybody for watching my vid. Please, if you appreciated it, please share it around, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I really want this video to get some momentum because I think it's my coolest idea yet. Remember, if you don't subscribe, I'll lock you in a chamber with no windows and no doors, which leaves you this bone-chilling challenge. to find a way out. Mwahahaha! Of course, there's always my way.
Unlivable here in this ghostly retreat. Every room